This year, the CISCO Board of Directors chose as its public body of the year the Village of Tinley Park. Accepting for the Village will be Mayor Michael Glotz. But before the mayor comes up, let me just share a few amazing highlights. Mayor Glotz was elected in 2021 after serving 4 years as the village trustee. You know, we've all heard the famous and very accurate African proverb, "It takes a village." Well, this is so apropos for Mayor Glotz's approach, not only in his personal, but also his professional life. The proverb challenges each and one of us that in our communities to provide for our children and our most vulnerable, so that we all can experience growth and live in a safe and healthy environment. These are important words, and they sound so simple, but add some personality differences, some egos, add politics, and different experiences, and this becomes a challenge that very few people can live up to. However, Mayor Glotz is much more than this. He is up to this challenge. He is a dedicated family man, which his wife Christy and his children Kyle and Katie will attest. As a proud union member of Operating Engineers Local 150, he learned early on to rely on the support of the village of his union brothers and his sisters, and to learn his trade and learn it well, do his very best at work so that he could support the village of his signatory contractors that he worked for. Labor management needs elected officials like Mayor Glotz, who have a vision to protect workers and our signatory contractors. He is quoted as recently saying, "In our village, I am pro-labor and pro-business." And he backs those up with his words with actions. Under his leadership, he's been instrumental in securing numerous new developments in the village, including a whole new Tinley Park Plaza shopping center, Pizza Fresh Market, and a big distribution center, a new Loyola Medical Medicine Ambulatory Care Center, and a new state-of-the-art firehouse, and much more. When Glotz was first elected as trustee, he was part of the Downtown Tinley Park Grant Program, which matched downtown property owners over 50% of the cost to make fire protection improvements. This allows buildings built prior to 2007 to add much needed fire alarms and fire sprinklers. And as a longtime former code enforcement officer, I can tell you, he saved lives, believe me. This all helped Tinley Park being awarded the Platinum Level RISE certification, one of the only communities in Illinois to achieve such an honor. And he was recently honored by IIIFC, who are here today for this feat. What is RISE? It's a point system developed by labor and management to level the playing field of both our contractors and skilled workers, to provide a framework for high quality work, construction, operations, and performance on public projects. Under his leadership, he passed a responsible bidder ordinance, like Mayor Biswell, earning RISE points, supported a workers' rights amendment ordinance, earning RISE points, and created an advisory commission on labor and development, ACDL, earning RISE points. And ACDL is comprised of business, contractors, labor, and the community all coming together to review public construction projects. And the chairman of the Tinley Park ACDL is none other than our very own Josh Wagner from IIIFC, policy director. And for that move, in my book, he earned the most RISE points. He even got a few bonus points for not swearing or throwing anything at the TV during this last Bears season. So please welcome a true friend of the union construction industry, a leader of many villages, including his home village, Mayor of Tinley Park Village, Mayor Michael Glotz. Mayor.
I want to thank everyone for coming. I want to thank CISCO board and everyone that chose Tinley Park as body of the year. Most of the things that I would have talked about, he covered. So thank you. I gotta find out where you got all that stuff. Probably Josh. But first of all, I want to thank my wife Christy and my family for allowing me to serve our community. It's not easy these days. We do the best we can. Luckily, we have the support of our businesses, our labor force, and our families. It's very difficult. My dad is over a 50-year member of local 399 operating engineers, probably why I got in operating engineers, but I chose to play with heavy equipment. My brother, he's got over 30 years being an IBEW. My first union card was IBEW. Things got slow, and that's when I had a chance to switch careers. Thanks to my wife's dad, he was a 150 member. He brought me to the training site, and I started playing on the cranes. And so thank you for 150 for letting me come in there and practice on the cranes when I didn't have a card. And I fell in love with it. I immediately went out, started practicing, got my crane license, got my card, and did everything the way you're supposed to. So I'm very grateful. And like you said in the speech, it does take a village. None of this would be possible without our staff or our board. That starts with our village manager, Pat Carr, who's been a huge mentor to me. So thank you, Pat. Our Public Works Director, John Ubansky. Thank you, John, for all your help. You help us, look really good up there on the dais with what you guys do behind the scenes. Our Assistant Village Manager, Hannah Littman, Community Development Director, Dan Ritter, and our Marketing Director, Donna Franke. They're all the ones behind the scene that make us all look good. And I also want to honor our board. Without them, I couldn't do this alone. Our clerk, Nancy O'Connor, my fellow trustee, IBEW 134 member, Dennis Mahoney, and his father was a retired 134 business agent. He's been a huge mentor to me on the union movement. So I'm very proud for all the work we do. Our trustees, Bill Brady, Bill Brennan, Mike Mueller, Ken Shaw, and Colleen Sullivan. I also like to talk about how lucky and blessed I am to be a 150 member. When I decided to run for mayor, the previous administration was not pro-union. They were supporting the movement for when you get reclassifications. They thought it should not be prevailing wage, and that really bothered me that we're giving all these reductions to these businesses and they're not paying their prevailing wage. I went to go see Jim Sweeney and Mark Poulos, and I can't be any more thankful for their leadership and their support. I just want to thank all the people that have been mentors and helped me through the way to get to where I am, because without them I would not be here and our village would not be moving as strong as it is, especially with labor and business. Our business is growing nonstop. I want to thank Jim Sweeney, Mark Poulos, Mike Kresge, Stan Simerai, Willie Goodwin, Jeff Horn, and John Algrim. They have been such huge mentors to help me get from one step to the next. And that's where it started with this RBO. I went to see Mark and Jim and asked them, how can I take this to the next level? So his son Joe Sweeney and we worked on this, and Josh Weger, and we worked our tails off on the create this RBO, and we've just been adding and adding to it. And that's part of why we got the Platinum Rise certification, so thank you to the FFC. I mean, now we've implemented the DOL certified program, apprentice program. We kick out companies that have been barred or suspended elsewhere. We don't allow employees anymore in the Village of Tinley Park to be misclassified as independent contractors. The 1099s, no one wins except the builders. And I really want to thank our advisory board. They really make our jobs easier with all the great members that we have. It started with Joe Sweeney and Josh Weger from the FFC as our chairman. Unfortunately, they moved on to other jobs, and I'm so blessed to have the sprinkler fitters. Larry Nichols is our chairman of the labor board, so thank you, Larry. And Frank Giovanni from the Laborers Liuna Local 5, he's the co-chairman. And it's just been amazing to have such strong labor leadership help me through this process. And without them, none of this would be possible. So again, I'm very blessed and I'm very thankful for the help. And it all starts through labor and 150, Jim Sweeney and Mark Poulos and the rest of his team. So I'm very honored. I still don't know what to say, but I'm very happy. I'm a 150 member, and I appreciate all the support from all the labor. So thank you.